A delegation of indignant European Parliament members hit the sidewalks and halls of power in Washington this week to express concern about the National Security Agency's surveillance operations. German member Elmar Brok summarized their concerns.
You have not the free feeling to go forward together if you're feeling that your neighbor and friend is monitoring you.
But top U.S. intelligence officials told Congress that's not exactly what they were doing. Rather, the NSA director, General Keith Alexander, said the information about phone calls and emails was gathered legally, and reporters mischaracterized what it was.
But both they and the person who stole the classified data did not understand what they were looking at.
The person who allegedly stole the data is former NSA contractor Edward Snowden, who fled to Russia, where he was granted temporary asylum. U.S. officials said this week intelligence agencies in Spain and France collaborated closely with the NSA, and Spain has already backtracked from earlier complaints about alleged U.S. spying. Senior fellow James Boyes of London's King's College says much of Europe's shock and outrage about what Snowden revealed seems artificial.
I think there's no doubt about it that there is an awful lot of protests which are going on for purely public consumption. The idea that somehow European leaders were shocked, aghast by what it is that the Americans have been up to, I think beggars belief, quite frankly.
And Boyes says U.S. allies benefited from the NSA program.
The intel will find its way, in some instances, back to European nations, as part of the ongoing, whether you call it a war on terror or an ongoing operation against political violence. And that certainly isn't anything that's going to change, despite the current uproar.
The most serious fallout was in Germany, and U.S. officials have said the intelligence operation may have gone too far by bugging the mobile phone of Chancellor Angela Merkel. Still, with much of the world relying on the United States to lead the fight against violent extremism, James Boyes says there will likely be no more than what he calls tinkering and wrist-slapping, and the intelligence gathering will largely continue. Al Pessin, VOA News, London.